Welcome everyone back to our Cat Cafe, where obviously every week we're so excited to be here and thank you for being here with us. We have actually, I say this every week, but we have a lot of exciting news coming up for this particular episode.
We have the shout outs, 3D sneak peeks, roadmap update. This week's show, we're going to focus on the Hyundai strategy. Our guest tonight is Tanner Larson from Korean Community Update, Big Korean Update, giveaway reviews, community questions and suggestions, and announcements. So without further ado, shout outs. The first one goes to Happy May the 4th. It was a few days back, but we just want to acknowledge this awesome Darth Vader.
I can't remember who said it. I think Mel requested it, and then all of a sudden, a couple of seconds later, Raul's like, "Here you go," and it was done.
Happy May the 4th. We heard from Little Feet on Cacao, who commented, "The 5th
it's very family centric, so it's really important one thing. Yeah, this is something that's important for us as well at Cat, given that we are going to be rolling into this particular month with an emphasis on that. And as you see with Hungary, we'll be discussing some of the things that we're doing there. It's really going to be kid focused, kid centric, and I think parents are actually going to have a lot of fun with it as well. So really looking at how we can create that experience of the families, and with our Catbot holders as well, we are all together as a family. So focusing on the whole togetherness aspect.
Yeah, happy togetherness. So we heard from MJK, who just bought an NFF pass. Can't wait to promote Catbotica stories and its potential. So what's this NFF everybody's talking about?
Yeah, NFF is a project. It's called Non-Fungible Films. And what they're doing, as you can see here, they're really bridging between Web3 and mainstream media, focusing on films in particular, looking to see what's in the marketplace currently ongoing that we can also be able to work with the project. So we'll be reaching out to them, and we can make a proposal on a certain film. So Catbotica would be our proposal, for example. So if you do be able to enhance or support or really build up the Catbotica community and the brand and the IP, let us know. So we'll keep you posted as this project develops. I think we're always looking for the teams.
That project is particularly exciting to me. I've been in the film industry quite a lot in my sort of heyday, and just like seeing how films are financed traditionally, it's really difficult to get a project off the ground.
Like other NFT projects aren't necessarily competition. They're just like accelerating and collaborating, and it's just like it's all putting energy to the NFT space, and we just like want to work together. And anytime we see something big like this, for example, this past week, Other Side launched, Jin bought some land, and there was a lot of people wondering. We're going to talk about that a little bit later in the show about what that will do, but I think that's the spirit we have here. It's not competition, it's all collaboration.
We didn't quite announce this as well, but we actually sat down with Voice First, and they are also a project that they have an AI generative voice technology, and they do have a PFP, but their thing is actually they're really looking to work with other projects. So this is where, again, you're referencing the collaborative element of Web3. That's something that it's so cool to see that we can take a voice first and how they take an AI voice, and we can apply it to the Catbot, and you can have a Catbot actually read a line, and it will be in a voice. And they do have a PFP, but their thing is actually they're really looking to work with other projects. So this is where, again, you're referencing the collaborative element of Web3. That's something that is it's so cool to see that we can take a voice first and how they take an AI voice, and we can apply it to the Catbot, and you can have a Catbot actually read a line, and it will be in a voice of someone. So that's things that we're going to be collaborating with them as well. So we didn't actually fully roll that out, but in light of this particular topic and collaborations, I just actually want to mention a word there that we met with them yesterday, and or a couple of days ago, I should say. And so look forward for some more news on that as well.
I want to give a huge shout out to our 3D team. We got obviously Sunkil, who's been really just one of the team leads and really carrying out, like, we're talking about hundreds of assets here.
Over 500.
Yeah, like 500 assets. It's insane. And to, do this even in like a regular 3D pipeline is challenging. You know what I mean? At a big AAA studio, these guys are just absolutely crushing it. We have, Matthias, who's just like the modeling whiz kid. And this guy is going in, modeling these things from scratch. Amazed. They're really focusing on topology, unwrapping things properly before they go to substance. And then we have Conrad, who's helping a lot with the substance painting, actually the surfacing and the texturing that you're seeing alongside with Sunkill. He's also helping, Koichi and the modeling team, and the coding team with all the rigging, if I'm not mistaken, right, Koichi?
Yeah.
And I mean, that's not like a menial task. That's like a very complex thing. And so I just want to shout out to the modeling team. When I first saw what they had produced here, I was so blown away. And just like the learning that we're going through, and the education, even ourselves, is like, some of us have been in the industry for a long time, but like these guys have been, just really crushing it. And so I just want to go ahead and show you guys these incredible, these back attachments that are just making me so excited. I mean, look at the edge wear, and I just love the marriage between these very kind of like cartoony, simplistic designs that Rawls came up with, but like the surfacing is so realistic in some cases. And sometimes I look at this, I'm like, wow, this looks like a real asset that we could 3D print out and actually have like hanging on our wall or as like a, something on our desk, right? And so just gonna rotate around this and give you guys a little bit more. I know you guys can sort of see the other ones in the background. You guys just absorb just the awesomeness here.
It's gonna be so incredible to see like the flames coming out the tail end of that thing. When it's
if that's like a detail a detail that we can add later, Jin, and then also kind of like, that's the one thing, right? I think Jin, some of the meetings that we've been having with Fulvio, Koichi, you can tell us like, that these GLB files are updatable, correct?
Correct.
So, right. So like, you guys can have this fully formed 3D catbot, and then all of a sudden we can just like come up with an update like a month later. And then all of a sudden you have like these flames coming out of the bottom. Right. So, I mean, to me, that's like, right. So
looking forward to some game sequencing too.
Yeah. I'm being really pumped because like just seeing it all come together with the work that the coders and Koichi are doing. Oh man, look at this asset.
Wow.
Can somebody give me the official name of this asset? Oh, it's just so sick. Anyway, I'm just blown away. You can see the level of edge wear here, and then also kind of the burnt metal, the scorching metal. Can you guys see that?
Yeah,
it's just insane, right? And then here, I'm just going to zoom in on this attachment here, this hinge, because just give me a second to focus on it, because I just really want you guys to see the work that's going into this. Look at that. Look at that hinge. Oof.
Yeah.
Oof.
The machine gun asset is so cool.
Yeah, I literally can't tell if it's fake or it's real. I mean, that for me is like.
That's awesome. Okay, so here, let me just refocus up here. Okay, cool. So again, just the level of detail, guys, this is just gonna, I think, just get people so excited once they see it all together. I mean, I'm already excited just looking at them individually.
And each one of these,
can you tell?
Yeah, each one of these has its own rig too. So that the machine gun, like you'll be able to move it up and down. Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
That's gonna be crazy.
Like,
so this fishing bucket will like go up and down as well.
Yeah, we'll be able to like animate each piece.
Awesome.
Like it can just be like a dangle, right, with fish flopping around if we want.
I mean, look at the fish in here. It's so cool. But yeah, that's the other exciting part. Like, for those of you guys who don't know, like Rawls is like an amazing animator, and so he's going to go in and start doing some like animations that we're going to be able to incorporate into the GLB. So I mean, just like looking at these assets. Anyway, it gets better and better. Let me go to the next one, guys. It just gets crazier. Okay. So
these are so fun.
Okay, so we got
look
at these back attachments. Like this is insane. So these are the parts that actually connect to the back of the catbot. So if you guys remember how the back of the catbot looks, like it has like these 4 connecting points, and these connecting points go right into the back. And so it's when we're talking about the future and the game and the metaverse, like all these are going to be like equipable, and you're going to see them go onto the back. It's just going to be so satisfying. But just, I mean, honestly, looking at them alone and just dreaming one day that this is going to spin.
Yeah.
Man, this is so sick.
Wings
okay,
O2.
I mean, how gross is this? Okay. Wait until you see this next one. Oh my gosh.
What?
Ooh,
Like, come on.
look at that wrapping. Goodness.
I know, this is just, to me, like, I've been in 3D for a really long time, and like, just to see the team pulling this off is just making me cry. Like, it's so cool. Like, look how cool this is. This is the coolest thing I've ever seen. Come on.
Love it. Oh my God.
So if you guys got a sword as a back attachment, and oh my goodness. The question is there an actual sword in the sheathing of this?
Is there?
Maybe.
Find out next episode.
Find out next episode. Okay. And then finally we got
Gold wings with halo. Oh my gosh.
Here we go.
Oh, that one looks so sick with gold ears.
Oh, look at this.
Look at that lighting on the inside edge, inside of the.
Yeah, they got
joint.
the lighting.
That's-
Oh man. Come on. Come on. The
Back
attachment
attachment.
points.
Yeah.
And then if I go up, I believe there's a halo. Woo!
Oh man, rigging this is going to be fun. Like just the way you push a button and the wings come out.
The wings spread, all
Yeah.
the feathers. You should do
Yeah.
like a ruffling with of the feathers. If you can do something like that. You know, birds when they spread their wings, they ruffle their feathers.
Yep.
Yep.
Each one of those work to move.
Just look at the detail here, guys. Like,
Wow.
you know, the roughness is just so perfect. You know, these are going to be great. Like when you have these on, when we initially envisioned this and we were talking about this, guys, remember how we made all those mock 3D catbots that were on the desk, you know, on the trailer? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so happy with how these turned out. And these were the actual 3D catbots that we're going to be dropping. So, I mean, come on, this is going to be so cool when this is all together. So I'll just do a quick recap so you guys can see it without any depth of field, just so you can really see like the work, the craftsmanship that went into this. It's just going to be wonderful. And like, we still have to do like a final pass on all this stuff too. Like we're going to go through every asset, make sure everything is consistent. You know, add any more detail, maybe take some away. You know, there's just so much love that goes into these every week. I mean, just look at this machine gun. Oh, I love it.
The way you typically work with 3D assets is you make the highest version first.
Correct.
So this is like the film level, and then you kind of down res it for gaming and mobile use. So we're in the process of doing a lot of tests there.
Yeah, I'm really glad you brought that up, Koichi, because I think you showed us the magic number, right? Like for their GLB file is like anywhere between like 3 megs to like 6 megs or something, or 12 megabytes. And to try and get this fidelity out, it's not impossible, but like you're looking at a significantly reduced. You're looking at something that could be as big as 400 megs right now because of all the fidelity per catbot, and then you somehow take that all the way down to like 6 megabytes, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's crazy, right? So, but anyway, we'll try to preserve as much of that detail as possible. And then with any future metaverse and game, you're definitely gonna be able to preserve all that detail and all that hard work we put into it. But for the mobile web version, for example, like you're definitely gonna wanna get that as small as possible. So you can add interactivity, animation, and all that goodness. But anyway, we'll try to preserve as much of that detail as possible. And then with any future metaverse and game, you're definitely gonna be able to preserve all that detail and all that hard work we put into it. But for the mobile web version, for example, like you're definitely gonna wanna get that as small as possible. So you can add interactivity, animation, and all that goodness. But anyway, just so excited.
Yeah, we're in talks about being able to access like the epic quality version and then like low res versions. Like you all have it different LODs, level of detail, right? So
right, exactly. So anyway, congrats to the 3D team, and can't wait for the coding team to just go bonkers with this. It's going to be awesome.
We are gonna then show it on some rigged catbots moving around. Maybe Rawls will show off some animations that we've done. We just got the rig working where he can start working on creating some loops and all that fun stuff. So excited to show you that after we go through all the traits.
So we get the final word back from our tech guys, and it looks like the smart contract has been finalized. So we're just making sure now that we can have all of our infographics and all the sequences all set up. So we have a little bit of time here that we do want to extend. So when we do the launch, we can do it, really just nail it. So we are looking to launch on May the 20th. So May the 20th, the way it's being set up is that due to security and how blockchain has set up the contract for the NV1s and NV2s, it's going to be one contract. We're going to do a 2-sequence style drop. By May 20th, you will be able to go to the website, and as we showed the redeem process, you will be able to redeem your NV1. So every catbot that you have, you will be able to go to the website, put it into the UX, and claim your NV1s. Those will then get sent to you free of gas and transaction fees. We are going to be covering those costs. And for 2 weeks, we're going to have a redeem period. Subsequent to that, again, due to constraints on the smart contract, we do actually have a setup where after the 2-week period, I believe it's on the 3rd, we will have to go ahead and airdrop it to everyone who hasn't redeemed. So because of the way the contract again is set up, we had to set it up in that way. But you will be able to start redeeming on May 20th. So very excited for that. And we are also going to be dovetailing that into our replicats so that you can be able to see how the replicats are coming through as well. But that we are still currently making sure that all the testing, all those things have to go in place. So we don't have quite a date for that launch, but you will be able to get your NV1s at the very least. And we have infographics that will show exactly what you can do with those NV1s as of now. We're going to keep cranking away on the other elements of the replicats and the 3D model, which I know everyone's also waiting for as well. So as soon as we have updates on that, we will provide those as well.
One thing I was going to say, like, when people get NV1s, the common question we get is, what do I do with it, right? And we actually boil it down to just 3 basic steps. Number 1, you can turn it into a 3D replicat. Number 2, you can hold it for future use. Or number 3, you can trade it, right? As simple as that. And we're going to make sure that that decision tree you get when you actually have an NV1 is going to be very clear about what you can do. And we hope you guys make the best decisions.
And we've announced the Pangyo event, which is going to be focused on the Pangyo department store and location. And they basically take the building and they turn it into like a family style. They call it the Pangyo Land. So to be able to, we're going to have this pretty incredible display and exhibition that we're co-developing with Bunny Communication. They've a long-time vendor for Hyundai creating these exhibitions. So, they create some pretty incredible work in the past. I've seen some of the work. It's just, it's pretty awesome. So that kind of gets us into a position with working more closely with Hyundai. This one in Pangyo in particular is going to be great for 캣보티카 and the holders to go there. We're really having a focus more on kids. So what you'll see when you go there, there will be certain zones set up. We're going to be launching an app that we haven't quite rolled out yet, but maybe I can mention it here. It's called My Catbot. Mention it here. It's called My Catbot. And My Catbot itself is going to be an app where you can actually create your own catbot. It's a tremendous amount of fun. I loved it. My kids loved it. We're just having so much fun picking all the accessories and you craft it. This particular iteration is going to be one in which we are just doing black and white. So you create your catbot and then you can print it to a PDF. And what we're going to do is we're going to allow people to go ahead and print it out and color it. We have a coloring version or a segment where you can color it on like a tablet or your PC. But we can also print it. So in real life, you can go ahead and color it as well. So our focus really is allowing kids to be able to just enjoy the artwork and enjoy just coloring some of this incredible, catbots and all the accessories that we have. So that's going to be thematically really focusing on families and for kids essentially. We are in future additional conversations with Hyundai about additional locations that will also be more thematic based. But overall, what we're really trying to do is we're so excited to be working with Hyundai, very honored and privileged that we are able to go to the extent with the exhibitions and have more interactivity. And really what we're having conversations with them about is helping users and helping their customers really understand an NFT and what NFTs are about. And from our perspective on the education side, that's something that we're big advocates for. So we're really, I think, we love to be able to provide that kind of education, bringing more people into the space and do it in a way where, and specifically for Cat itself, the IP and the brand, how is that people can engage with it. So that's just a little bit of context. We have some additional news that we are still in conversations we can't quite share with everyone quite yet. But where we've gone so far, we're very excited for Pangyo. That's going to be a great event that we're expecting. Like, there's going to be a ton of people there. Usually this event at Pangyolan is very, very well attended. So hopefully you guys can get there as well, and we'll see you there, and you can experience all the things that we're talking about, why we're so excited. We keep talking about how excited we are. This is one of those reasons that we are very excited. And with that, we have another very, actually, hugely exciting news that we've really been anticipating. And I'm going to turn over to Dandelion to share about what that announcement is. So over to Dandelion.
안녕하세요. 캣보티카 한국팀 대표 댄들라인입니다. 이번 주에도 좋은 소식이 있어서 안내드립니다. 저희 캣보티카는 현대백화점 신용카드와 콜라보레이션을 통해 캣보티카가 프린트되는 실물 신용카드를 5월 말에서 6월 초 사이에 출시할 예정입니다. 이번 캣보티카 현대백화점 신용카드는 스페셜 에디션으로 발행되고 실물 카드를 가지고 있으면 다양한 혜택을 드릴 예정이니까요. 많은 관심과 참여 부탁드리겠습니다. 더 자세한 내용은 추후에 다시 공지하도록 하겠습니다. 아울러 5월 13일부터 29일까지 현대백화점 판교랜드에서 진행되는 저희 캣보티카 행사에도 많이 오셔서 함께 해주시기를 바라겠습니다. 감사합니다.
Lots of great collaborations happening in Korea, lots of great excitement happening there. But guess what? We also have a lot of great things happening here in the US. We're going to do some big collaborations that we're going to announce in this show. Wow, thank you so much. It's now time for our community questions and suggestions. Let's read the first one. All right, we heard from Tiger Lake, who commented, please make a calendar too. Look at this awesome pink calendar. That's so cute. I think this is like a background mobile app for your calendar. Oh man, I'd love to have that. And right now, I think there's an incoming transmission.
Greetings, Cat-Boticans. One of Cat-Botica's founders, Wave Jin, has acquired a plot of land in a newly discovered territory dubbed the Other Side. Genesis Arc researchers conducting studies on how to access these regions with the help of Catbots. NanoCat launch delay approaching Terminus. Maintain heightened security protocol at this time. Carry on, Cat-Boticans.
Thanks so much, Way of Jin, for buying that Other Side land for Cat-Botica. I think a lot of people are just asking, what are we going to do with it and all that stuff. What are we going to do with it, Jin?
Great question. I think everyone is asking the same question as what is the function of these deeds and what are people going to, like, how are people going to utilize it? Are we going to be able to build like they can do on Sandbox and Decentraland, for example, or is it going to have some other gaming function? And there's a lot of conversation about the resources and things of that kind. So we'd love to be able to promise like how we're going to be. We just don't have an idea, so I don't think we can make any quite promises yet. I think the thing that we can say is that if there's some sort of
thanks so much, Way of Jin, for buying that Other Side land for Cat-Botica. I think a lot of people are just asking, what are we going to do with it and all that stuff. What are we going to do with it, Jin?
Great question. We have a total of 3. I will be redeeming for my own personal BYC land, and then there's 2 mints that we were able to mint. One of them I am keeping for my own purposes. The second one we're dedicating for Cat-Botica use. So I'd much rather have my entire Cat-Botica family be there with me hanging out and spending time there. So but we just don't know exactly what's going to be happening on these plots. So we'll keep you posted as soon as we find out what the parameters are.
Thank you so much. Next up, we got the Arc Father, Words of Wisdom. Probably my favorite part of the show. Arc Father, what do we have?
Not sure if these are words of wisdom. The trend within our group is towards family, towards family-friendly products, education, But most important is how can we keep adding value to the first people who bet on us and invested in believing in us. And so we always want to give priority and value to those people because they were there first. That's always the overarching value system that we have.
Coming up, Jen, why don't you run us down the awesome in real life events and things happening, just so everybody knows, to mark their calendar.
So as you can see here, our event schedule for the next couple of weeks is going to be packed. We have a lot of exciting news. The 5, 12, and 13th, the New York meetup with Sovereign Ventures, that unfortunately has to be postponed once again. So we'll keep you posted on when that happens. But 5/13, the Pangyoland event, family event, does kick off. It will run for 3 consecutive weekends. We will be doing certain events focusing on each of the weekends. So it'll give people reason to come back if you'd like to. We will also be, we're also working with Hyundai to be able to create these events. So we'll keep it posted as that develops. Then on the 17th and 19th, we will be going to permissionless over in Palm Beach, followed with VCon on the 19th to the 21st. And as we mentioned earlier today, the announcement was that we are going to be launching the NV1s. Redeems will start on the 20th. We're going to have our own Hyundai department store credit card. We will be rolling out a whole campaign around that. There will be giveaways. There will be some promotions that we're going to be doing on our side. I do believe Hyundai will be doing something on their side as well. And then 6/11, the rescheduled version of the Han River cruise that's still planned. So we're very excited for that as well.
All right. And our next Catbot Cafe will be held on May 13th at 7:30 p.m. Same time, same place. We look forward to seeing you there with more updates. And if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe and all that fun stuff on YouTube, Twitter, Discord. And we'll see you next week.